Now that we're done with the blend, we can move on to the sideburns of the beard and start off with our no guard all the way open and slowly closing the lever. We're then going to switch over to our 1.5 guard and our 1 guard all the way open and continue to blend down. Using our NST outliners, we're going to go ahead and remove any stubble that we see and any dark spots. We're also going to use the NST outliners to line up the back of the beard. You want to make sure not to press too hard here because the skin is usually a little softer and you could irritate the skin. Now that we're done with the haircut, we can move on to our Turkish razor and Derber premium blades and make them as crispy as possible. You always want to stretch the skin with your opposite hand and keep the blade at a 45-degree angle. This will lower the likelihood of you cutting someone. Moving on to the sideburns of the beard, we're going to go ahead and go with the grain and then use our no guard all the way open to create our second guideline. We're also going to close the lever midway and all the way close to help us erase that initial guideline we created with our trimmers. Moving on to our 1.5 guard, we're going to continue to blend the sideburns and connect it to the beard. He doesn't want to take the beard down, so we're going to move on to our 1.5 guard, and this is going to blend into the long hair. Moving on to the bottom of the beard, we're going to start off at the middle and work our way to the sides. Usually the skin on the neck is a little bit softer, so make sure not to press too hard because you could bite them and irritate the skin. Moving on to the sideburns, we're going to start off with our no guard all the way open, and we're going to use our opposite hands to stretch the skin and give us more room to blend. Now that we're done blending out the sideburns, we can move on to our GTX and line up the back of the beard. You want to make sure not to press too hard here because the skin is a little bit delicate and you could bite them with the teeth of the trimmers. Now that we're done with the front line, we can move on to our Turkish razor and Derby premium blades and make them as crispy as possible. But before we do that, we're going to make sure we apply some shave gel so that the blade can glide better. Now that we're done applying shave gel, we can move on to the Turkish razor and keep the blade at a 45-degree angle, stretching the skin as much as possible with our opposite hand. This is going to lower the likelihood of you cutting someone. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, be sure to check out my live streams. I usually live stream every day.